How do you handle the distractions of being an NFL athlete, but yet staying pure and staying humble who you are as a believer?
Yeah, you just live in the moment, and you constantly got to, you're praying for just, about all these distractions that are put your way, because, yeah, there are a lot. But, just living in that moment and knowing where you stand, you just be strong and just know that God has what's best for you in his hands. And, you can't, some things are out of your control, but they're in God's control.
It's part of our story, the sacrifices that you have to make to be a godly man. It comes back to this point. Like, I've always prayed to be at this stage, and God answered my prayers, and I'm just trying to live through Him and uplift His name every day.
It's tough, but anytime I get that question, I tell them it's worth it. It's worth it. I can live life knowing that I'm here for a purpose. That I'm here more than just some football player who's just going to pass by through the NFL, but I want to use my gifts, my talents, because God says there's a need for them. That there wouldn't be gifts, there wouldn't be talents if there wasn't a need, and it's my job to give it back to the people and give it back to God.
There's been so many accomplishments that we've had this year, on the football field, but none of them compared to what we've been able to do with that, largely in part because the records fade away. The games that you play, they kind of, they don't last. There'll be a new season next year with, a whole new set of challenges. But the impact that you can make on people's life for eternity, that's really what matters.
Well, my faith, is it's the bedrock. It's the foundation. So in all things, it circles back to that and kind of the bigger plan. So I think it's been good for our team this year. We've had a strong group, a strong group of men that, have gone through a lot, and from losing players to different adversities, Foxy being out for several weeks and going through a serious procedure. So that having that rock has been good.
Well, one thing I've learned, you can't compartmentalize your life. My faith is not something that I do, it's who I am. And when I walk in that building every day to go to work, I say, God, I thank you that this is not just about winning football games. It's more than that. Because if I spent 16, 17 hours a day just to win a football game, I said, that's a serious waste of time. But it's about your kingdom. It's about bringing glory to your name in the way I do my work. It's about bringing glory to your name and expanding your kingdom through the way I live my life. And so that's what it's all about to me. So I get to coach football while I do that.
Because I understand the situation that without him, I wouldn't be here today. He's blessed with an amazing opportunity. He's blessed with the talents that we have, and just giving us opportunity to show them on the big stage. And for to be here today on the stage for the biggest game in the world, to me, it's a huge blessing. He's been there for us through the thick and thin, and he's always had us covered. And he's the only one he could ever give him the glory to.
So living for God, that doesn't stop you from coaching people to knock somebody out.
No, I think it causes you to coach even harder, because this is a physical game,
Right.
I can only imagine, like Paul talks about, I do all things for the sake of the gospel. You want to be the toughest, best, most demanding, best teacher on the staff, and then all of a sudden, you're a Christian.
Absolutely. We've got some guys who are believers on our team, and it's very refreshing in the particularly in the entertainment industry as the NFL is, for guys to be believers and be vocal about it, and it's been very, very refreshing.
I think as a player, when you have to deal with media, bad media, good media, you're in the spotlight. Whatever you do, whatever decision you make, and being a man of Christ, you always want to keep a clean slate. You always want to make sure you put yourself in the right position, because there's always someone looking up to you, and you never want to kill your testimony.
My faith is so important because every day, I look around and I just see everything that God has done for me. If you look at this year alone, let alone I got hurt in Indy, cut, put in Miami, cut the last week in Miami, and then made it here. And now look at where I'm at. I'm standing at the Super Bowl talking to you about faith. So.